Juja Member of Parliament George Koimburi has sharply criticized President Ruto, accusing him of mobilizing police to arrest him simply for speaking the truth. Koimburi was speaking at the launch of the People Liberation Party, dared the president to arrest him again as he stood firm in his beliefs. The MP also called for unity among leaders to challenge the current administration and bring about a change, urging them to work together in sending President Ruto home.
Pearl Newsbeat.
Speaking ahead of the launch of the People's Liberation Party, party leader Martha Karua said that the rebranding aligns with a progressive, people-centered agenda focused on unity, transparency and accountability. Karua explained that Naga Kenya family formed nearly 20 years ago had become less familiar to younger voters.
This name speaks to you. It's a party of today, of the moment. Join the liberation movement. Your forefathers were involved in the first liberation. We, your parents, were involved in the second liberation. This third liberation, which is basically an economic, socio-political liberation, is up to the young people. This is your moment, seize it. You gave clarity to the nation as Gen Z in your June uprising. This is the party to look for the quest for accountability and transparency. Thank you.
Karua's former Naga Kenya party was initially part of the Azimio coalition alongside Kalonzo Eugene. However, she later exited the coalition as she rebranded the party after receiving a name change certificate from the Registrar of Political Parties.
Pearl Newsbeat.
Treasury Cabinet Secretary John Mbadi has revealed that Kenya must settle 161 billion Kenya shillings in debt by October 2025, raising concerns over a looming debt crisis fueled by persistent fiscal deficits and continuous borrowing. Speaking in a media interview, Mbadi broke down the obligation, noting that the debt stems from Eurobond repayment and syndicated loans. He highlighted that Kenya's domestic and foreign debt stands at a near 50/50 ratio, a policy aimed at balancing risk and avoiding excessive exposure to fluctuating interest rates.
The budget deficit, which is financed through loan borrowing of externally and domestically, was 8.3% of the GDP. Now, the following year, that was reduced, that is 2021-2022, reduced to 6.2, especially after getting into the program with IMF. Then 2022-2023, it came down from 6.2 to 5.6. Then 2023-2024, it came down 5.3%. Then somehow the government became very ambitious, overly ambitious, to try to reduce this percentage to 3.3%, and that led to almost near 7%.
The challenge of managing Kenya's rising debt continues to strain economic stability, with both past and present administrations grappling with sustainable solutions.
Pearl Newsbeat.
A joint search operation in Todonyang, Turkana County has recovered 2 bodies, while efforts to locate over 20 missing Kenyans remain ongoing following last weekend's deadly attack at the Kenya-Ethiopia border. Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen confirmed the challenges facing the rescue mission, citing the geographical complexity of Lake Turkana, much of which falls within Ethiopian territory. Murkomen reassured that the Kenyan government is engaging diplomatic channels to facilitate the safe return of missing individuals. The Saturday evening attack in Todonyang saw suspected Dasanek militia from Ethiopia ambush Turkana fishermen near River Omo, firing indiscriminately. While the officials' casualty count remains unclear, sources suggest the toll could exceed a dozen. The attack may have been retaliatory following the alleged killing of Dasanek fishermen by suspected Turkana bandits earlier that morning. Authorities continue efforts to establish the full extent of the attack as security agencies work to restore the calm in the region.
Pearl Newsbeat.
And across borders, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky will meet U.S. President Donald Trump in Washington on Friday to sign a deal on Ukraine's mineral resources. Trump has announced. Zelensky described the agreement as preliminary, emphasizing the need for further security commitments from the U.S. to deter Russian aggression. However, Trump rolled out extensive U.S. security guarantees, insisting that Europe should take a greater responsibility. Trump also dismissed Ukraine's NATO membership prospects, instead suggesting that American workers extracting rare earth metals in Ukraine will provide automatic security for the country.
Pearl Radio, the home of fresh and classic hits.